Hi, I am Caroline Matteucci. I am a profiler, a founder of CM Profiling, and I introduce CRIF on the market.
So what exactly are you showing here at CES? What is CM Profiling? What is your company? What does it do?
So my company, we are specialized in behavior analysis. So I'm a profiler and I've been in a former police officer, and I've been trained by the two best of FBI instructor. So I've give training to the police and human resources. And the idea is to put out my knowledge in a machine, intelligent artificial machine. So the product is CRIF.
Now, when you say like profiling, do you mean physical profiling, or do you mean like mental profiling? Because I know my wife has a counselor friend who does profiling for students. You know, like he gives them a profile, like that kind of stuff, if they have a mental health issue or something like that.
Yeah. So for me, I am a behavior analysis. That means I make an analysis about behavior in the instant time, in the context. So, for example, actually, when you are talking to me, I will see on your face, your mimic, your movement, when you are talking to me, when you are showing to me, and I put together. And if everything is congruent, that means you are authentic. And for example, if you say to me, I'm very pleased to see you, something is not authentic. So I have to come again on this point to be sure what you are thinking about.
Okay, so it's like your professional. It's like intuition, but on a professional level, like on a professional visual level, where you can actually tell, like instead of saying something doesn't feel right, like, you know, like I know that's not right because of A, B, and C, that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic. So talk a little about this service you offer and how it will help not just law enforcement, just things in general. I feel like that's helpful in a lot of different situations.
Yes, but the idea was when I give training to the human resource people. Actually, it's more than 500 people that I've trained. They told me, yes, Caroline, your formation is very cool, but I could not do everything at the same time. That means in the recruitment, asking question, thinking to the next question, listening answer, and showing body language. So the idea was to put all these input from a brain in a machine, and that he's able to read the signals you give to the other, that's audio signals and visual signals, with a deep learning machine, speak to text, diarization, so a lot of technology behind that. And it will show you the moment of congruence or incongruency. So that help you. For me, what is very important to say that the people think they have right in his reality, in their reality. But if I don't look at your reality, I always have right on mine. And so I cannot connect with you who you are. I just can connect your role, but not your authentic one. So that's help for the recruiter to asking question and to come back again on this key moment, whereas not, you know, this intuition, you know that the people, something is not so good. But this machine is like an impartial third party that read the signal for you and show you where the moment is not so congruent.
So it's like you said, like what you said. So it's a learning tool for professionals to learn how to identify these situations.
Not only learn, it's more like, actually, CRIF is only running in different time. That means you have to film an interview, record an interview, you put on the machine, and after that you can see with the candidate the analysis. Meaning, for example, when you say to me, yeah, I'm very pleased to work with you, so with this guest. So you see this guest inside you, you see that, but perhaps it's not so efficient, so clear. So when you look again at the camera, the video, you can show that and see that, oh yes, you have this guest. Why? What did you show this guest in this interview? Because you are thinking of another things, or perhaps you have discussed about your ex-chef, your ex-boss. And that's very important. That's the key moment in interpersonal communication. You have to be able to come again on this moment. That's very important. For example, like tonight in video conference, when something is not so congruent, the animal inside me, we feel that, but we don't know exactly why.
How does your software work exactly? Does it use like a combination of machine learning and facial recognition? Like, does it track facial movements when it's analyzing these videos? And how specific do you need the video aligned? Is it like us? Does it need to be flat on? Can it be at an angle, like a security camera? How does it work?
No, exactly the point. So you have to have a special setting, For example, I'm using the new camera from Logitech, so you can see good my expression. Because if the frame is not good or the quality of the Wi-Fi is not good, so the algorithm behind Criff could not see your micro expression. So Criff, normally you have to see my hands with Criff. If I have talking with you, you have to see my hands, because the new things in Criff, we are not only seeing the face and with the mimic of the face. That's very known in the world. A lot of people are using face movement, but we are using hand movement, torso movement, voice. So Criff is analyzing with deep learning machine mimic, emotion, so with hand movement and torso movement, and in the parallel for the audio things, he is analyzing speech to text, who is speak when, diarization, and the word you are saying, high energy, low energy, pitch energy. So, and he make these rules of congruency. If I say, I am very pleased to be here, my voice is too low. Normally I have to have an energy when I say, I am very pleased to be here. So that was not congruent for Criff. So you need specific seating, specific camera, and specific audio. And after you put your recording in the machine, you download in the platform, you send for analysis, and actually that take 2 times of the video for the analysis, and you become an email that inform you that the analysis is done, and you can come again to see.
So so the analysis is sent off to like your cloud service where your machine learning processes it and then sends you the analytics or the information afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps I can show you if you want. So how it works, you come on the platform, so you have your user ID, and you see here the interview you have downloaded. You see here all the key moments that Criff is analyzing on these 5 interviews. And we can have a question or request an expert to help you to see more if you haven't understand something. So you download you drop your file, you have make an interview, you drop your file, you become an email, and after that you can see this screen with the video, with the display. You can come again, zoom and everything. And on the right side, you have all the signals. I will let you see the signals in video. Let me like this. See? So I am moving my hands, moving the things, and here you have the timeline on the right that show you what Criff has saw, and that show you the moment of congruence when the people are authentic, and the moment of incongruency where perhaps the people is not so authentic and you have to come again on this moment. And you can show all the emotion felt by the interlocutor. What is very important to say for me is perhaps I am in discomfort because you give me discomfort, not because I want to lie to you, no? Mm-hmm. Because perhaps you're happy to put me in discomfort. So if I am in discomfort, I could not give you my best, my potential. So it's very important for recruitment or for a candidate or for a coach to come again with the client to see what's happened. It's not a machine for going faster and catalog human and say you are good or bad. No, it's a machine to augment the human to be more able to be good in interpersonal communication. I don't know if you want to see this one. You see the algorithm is working on my face in analyzing my emotion. Yes? But it do the same thing with my body language. So my torso, my right hand, my left hand, my head say yes or no. So I put all my knowledge about profiling in this machine. But the goal was not to have, how do you say that in English? Put something on the candidate, to make blood pressure or nothing like that.
So you don't measure heart rate or body temperature or anything like that. Okay.
No, because you can be stressed. I can be stressed only now because I speak in English. It's not my mother tongue. So perhaps my heart beating more, but it's only discomfort. Why? That's the important thing. What is it, discomfort? So no, nothing better to show you now. So I can stop that. So it's very easy to use. Actually, we are on the beta phase. That means the algorithm has been made by two universities in Swiss, because I doesn't want that was only my idea. I don't want to pay somebody to do that. I want some research behind that. So we have made 2 years of research with a university, with the last technology, and actually we are training the algorithm. And what is very important to say that we have take a good how do you say that, good heating for the machine, no? Because like me, the IE is very good with the data. Depending the data you give him to heat. So we have make a real interview, real data set in real time. This data set will be annotated by profiler. And in the same time, the algorithm are working on the annotation with profiling and reinforce the system.
That's
So
incredible. That's really impressive stuff. What are the implications for your software here? Like, what's the main goal? Is it mainly education and study? Are there law enforcement implications you want to get to eventually? I mean, could this be something? Could this replace like the lie detector test, or see if someone's being sincere or telling the truth, like that kind of stuff? What's the end goal for your software in the long run?
So for me, my goal was only this one. I want to put human in comfort so they can access to the full potential. So I have enough that people are in the box and right or that's true or that's a lie, because reality is the reality for you and my reality is for me. Because my why is to put human in comfort so they can access to the full potential. Actually, we have made for human resources because it's my network, and I have learned in my study that we have to have one goal. but actually in the CES, I have a lot of approach from, for example, people with visor conferences, because using actually CRIF in real time, that helps you to build better intercommunal communication, yes? And if you imagine my ex police officer, I was working with a woman that they make raped, or children that have been abused by the father, all this kind of stuff of things. And if you can imagine a psychologist working with the children with that in an interview, that's tools in plus to confirm to the judge that something happened to these children. Because if you see fear on the children when he's talking about his father, it's not in interpretation, it is impartial. So the machine see fear. Why? So for me, the goal is to put CRIF. I am a very little startup, it's me and myself. So I am open for everything. And yes, I just want to change this idea for the IE to put human in the box. No, she can augment the human and you can be better together.
It's a really interesting concept.
That's incredible. This is confirming your assumption, because you have an assumption, yes, but you have biases, cognitive biases. You know that the brain has cognitive biases. So this is a really important party that let's show you what happened. Actually, the algorithm actually I talked this morning with the engineer, this is 83%. Human make 50, The algorithm made 83, thus it's good, but we have to improve this algorithm with data, with annotation. So I don't want to say CRIF is perfect, but it's trying to do the best. And we have to be very careful with ethic, authenticity, and to be very clear when when I make a record from yourself. I have to be very clear with the law and what I am doing with your image and your voice. Because a lot of solutions actually they are working with that. I don't know if you know HighView, but in USA it's very known. So it's an interview tool that you have to make a video, send to them, and they make an analysis. You are good or bad, but they don't know. They don't tell you what to do with your image. You have no action. You have no interaction. So you have to do an interview, and after that, you know nothing. You cannot learn nothing about yourself. So the feedback in interview is so important for yourself to grow.
So aside from improving like just yourself and working on your mannerisms and yourself, do you think this could open up worlds in like psychology and in hospitals for medical reasons to identify problems before they start, or identify, depression or stuff like that before? Because that's a lot of problem. There's a lot of people who get misdiagnosed or don't get diagnosed, you know what I mean, or don't have the resources to get a professional to be diagnosed. Could that help someone like that recognize, that someone else might have depression or anxiety or that kind of stuff?
Exactly, because the foundation of my competency. I don't know how you say that in English, but I working was Paul Ekman. So Paul Ekman was a psychotherapist, and he has making all these micro expression to help people to see before the people what happened in the body language, because the body language is always telling the truth. If now you have been afraid, your feet will go away. You can see that your feet is like this. If you're being afraid, your foot will do like this because you want to go away. So you can control your head, your talk, but not your feet. And if you are something you feel too strong, like sadness, you can see that. Actually, you have make like this with your eyebrow. No, because I was no, but very quick. That was a micro expression, you know, and that's my job. And Chris is able to read that very clear, so I can show you after that. Hey, you see here, you have some surprise. Why? That's that for me. Also in coaching, you can perhaps feel something in your body, but you would not see that for real in your head. You say, no, I have no more problem with my wife. Everything is okay. And you are talking with me in the coaching and you say, yes, with my wife, everything is okay. And you make fear. So if I say to you, you have fear, yes, you can trust me because we are coach and coachee. But if I have the machine, I can let you see you have fear. Why?
That's really interesting. Do you think, obviously your software does have to process a video? Do you think you'll get to the point where you could do this stuff in a real time?
Yes, actually, when we have beginning, the problem is the gesture. Mm-hmm. So we are real time with voice and micro expression, emotion. We are real time. No, that's not real time, because we lose 5 seconds in 1 hour.
Yeah, there's some post processing that has to happen.
But I'm not an engineer, but as I know, actually the problem was the gesture. At the beginning, that take 28 times more time than the video, and now is only 3 times.
Oh, wow.
So we have to manage that, sure. But for the engineer, that's not the problem. The main goal is to give enough data on the system, enough annotation to nourish these tools to be good. Because we have a good data set, but not enough.
That's crazy. So where can people go to find more information about your software and services?
So you can go to www.crif.suisse or contact CM profiling, and yes, it's online, so the site is online, and you can try a demo, because as I always told, believe what you see. Try a demo, contact me, I send you, we make 15-minute discussion to explain how it works actually, because it's beta phase, and I give you access to the platform, and you can try, because you have to try to see the result. It's like that.